Welcome to the Short Funk Podcast. I'm Tom Barbalet. Today, I've been asked to explore the tenets that I live by listener Connor Sitesbone. Shout out to Connor Sitesbone. He posted a number of really nice things on Facebook. I think none of them are really deserving, but nonetheless, I wanted to talk a little bit about the tenets that I live by. When I say that I'm unauthoritarian, it is relatively true. I don't talk about a lot of my miscreant behavior. It's not really something that's particularly edifying for podcasts that people I know listen to. But I do fundamentally believe that whatever social freedoms I can get in a society, I want to exploit in some really striking way. I think realistically, freedom to me is an ability to do things that are not necessarily on the fringes of the law, but at least explore legal boundaries in a somewhat curious way. And in this regard, as my wife regularly points out, I am a man of many hobbies. I'm a man of many hobbies in a wide variety of different fields. It's quite curious to me that I can meet almost anyone, and if they have any kind of inclination, almost any kind of hobby. I don't do sports in any major way, but I can have these topics that I talk about in such a way that even my wife occasionally doesn't really know who I am. I don't think I keep these things secretive. I just think I keep them in certain circumstances for certain people. And my knowledge in these areas are things that I feel really important. Part of the thing that I do with these podcasts is that I have conversations with people, but also I do this monologue narrative thing. And part of the monologue narrative thing is you have to have a few different ideas, a few different tangents that you can move between and analyze in such a way that you provide folks, different views, which is what Connor Sitesbone raised specifically. So there's a bunch of stuff that I don't do. I don't do alcohol. I've already talked about that. But within the parameters of freedom that a society will give me, I like to explore the boundaries. As my wife frequently points out now, in particular as I give things away to charity, a lot of my hobbies are experimentations in some regard. I'm just dipping my toe in the water, learning what I want to learn about, and then recycling the hobbies to, no doubt, some charity that has no means of the stuff that I'm passing them. But within this context, I think it enables me to lead as close to a polymath life as I possibly can. It enables me to do a bunch of learning, some of it miscreant learning, some of it I think long-termly beneficial learning, some of it just trivial learning, frivolities, let's put it that way. So if there is one tenet that I live by, I do have a general sense of the golden rule, but the golden rule always seems to inspire paradoxes in, the various societies that one lives in. But what I like to do is explore things that are on the fringes of stuff. And I try to talk about that a little bit in the Short Funk recordings, but I'll be devoting some Short Funks in the future to it. So, freedom, in the very real, meaningful sense, not the broadly overused Republican sense in this country, ability not to be inhibited by various social norms, and to do these all in the privacy of one's own home. Not to go out there and actively evangelize any of these things. I really do enjoy that aspect. And living in the US, even living in California, gives me a number of freedoms that I wouldn't have in Australia, so a number of freedoms that I wouldn't have in the UK, and I like to enjoy those while I'm here. I'm not always going to be here, but for the time I'm here, I like to explore what I can here. Tom Barbalet in San Jose, signing out.